Hey, happy Easter, happy WrestleMania weekend, WrestleMania Day 2, and happy 420 for those of you that celebrate that. Today is April 20th, and this is a video that I've teased for about 2 weeks, a week now, because I did the European Belt Chronicles episode last Sunday and talked about it. And then I also, in the meantime, I've done a review on the Mendoza Craft strap that my buddy has on his Oval Intercontinental and talked about it briefly there. So this is not going to be a video about like character assassination. It's not going to be me name calling people or whatever. This is just my experience with this maker, and me telling you that you're free to do whatever you want. I won't use him again. So, I did the reason why my crumb rind is here is because it bears on this video. So this is my shop crumb rind on a Max Mughalz MW leather strap. Let's see if I can flip it over and show you. See that Max Big Gold? So this is Max's strap that he sent me. And I did a video on it about a year and a half ago or so. And I liked it, and I didn't notice any problems with it at the time of filming. That was my mistake. I didn't look it over enough. I go to put it on the flare mannequin downstairs with the robe and everything, and I notice I'm having a hard time snapping it together. This is lesson learned. So the issue is with this strap, if I were to take a ruler and set it up against the snaps, you could see that this one over here has a gap between the top of the ruler and the bottom of the snap. These line up, and there's another one down here, right here. You can see a small gap, a smaller gap, but there's still a gap there. Same thing on the bottom. Put a ruler up against it. That one still appears to be a little bit off, but maybe not as much. You can see a gap there. And then over here there is still, on the second set, there is a gap in between the snap and my ruler. But like the ones next to it line up, right? There's a little gap there, a little gap there. Point is, he didn't get his snaps even. And so I didn't really pay too much attention to it until I go to put on the flare mannequin. I notice it. And I never said anything because I never really had a reason to. I'll willing to live with it, whatever. But then I thought, you know what? Here, this video I did got 3,200 views. And by his own admission, he's admitted that people have reached out to him to get a strap similar to the one he sold me. So I paid $200 for the strap. I was happy with it. Then I noticed the snaps being wrong, being not straight. So we get from that, and this past January, my buddy was talking about ordering a crumb rind strap from someone for his shop crumb rind. He just didn't know who he was going to pick. And so I reached out to Max and said, hey, man, I said, my buddy's in the market for a crumb rind strap. I said, he may be reaching out to you. I'll try to get him to reach out to, pick you. But can I get another strap? I said, because I've got issues with these snaps. And he said, no problem. He was gracious enough because he and I were cool. Always talked on Messenger here or there. Had conversations. And he's like, yeah, sure. And so he agreed to do the strap. Now, that message, I have two notepads here to keep me straight. So that was back on January 12th. I reached out to Max about getting a replacement strap for my crumb rind. The issue with the old one is the female snaps weren't straight, and it made it hard to snap together the way I have it displayed. I'm reading from a notepad here to keep myself straight, like I said. Max initially told me that he has some straps in stock. And screenshots will be popping up to prove everything I'm saying here. He agreed to send me a replacement strap because the video that I did got him a lot of orders for a crumb rind strap. That video has over 3,200 views, and that is true. On February 3rd, I checked in to see if he made any progress. He told me he had been sick and didn't go to work while he was sick. So on February 10th, he told me that I received my strap probably next week. Those are his words. On February 19th, he told me that it was in stitching. Then on March 6th, I asked if it was done. Now, mind you, he told me it was in stitching as of the 19th of February. So about, 3 weeks prior? And then he had told me that he already had straps in stock. So that's another thing. He told me that when I reached out to him back in January. But we're fast forwarding to March. March 6th, I asked if it was done. He responded the next day saying, "Hi, bro, yes," telling me that it was done. Now, he keeps talking about the stitching was the hang up. And I understand it takes a long time to stitch a chrome rind strap. I mean, it's very meticulous. But I don't know if done means something different over in the Middle East as it does to here in America. But when you tell somebody it's done, that means it's done. There's nothing else that needs to be done other than needs to be put in bubble wrap, put in a box, and shipped. If you ran a car repair shop and somebody brought you a fuel pump, a car with a bad fuel pump, and you called them up the next day and said that it was done, and they show up to come get their car, and you go, whoa, 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 I didn't say it was completed. Look, the fuel pump is done, but we still need to put it back in the car and put the tank straps up and test drive it. Look, just because we said it's done doesn't mean it's completed. See, that kind of logic is flawed. When you tell me it's done, I take your word that it's done. So he said, "Hi, bro, yes," telling me it was done. I asked for pictures. I got no pictures. He assured me on March 10th that it was shipping out this week. So fast forward, a little over 3 weeks later, March 29th, I asked again for my tracking number. He told me right after, it's either EID or ELD, but it's an Islamic holiday. On April 8th, I asked about my tracking number, and he responded the next day asking for 2 more days to finish it. So, remember on March 7th, he told me it was done. Also back in January, like I said, he told me he had straps in stock. So, there it is on the back page. So then on April 11th, now mind you, the last time we had talked was April 8th, I believe. That's what my tracking number, he asked 2 more days. Okay, so then on April 11th, I messaged him. I asked for my tracking number. He told me again that it wasn't finished. I reminded him that he had said only 2 more days. I asked him why he lied to me and told me it was done. He didn't answer my question. He instead told me that all that was left was the stitching, which is the same thing he had told me 2 months prior. I reminded him that he said that back in February and it's now April. He didn't deny that. He just replied with a simple yes. Now, it's not about the free strap. Because once I made my post on Skullman Belts group about I'm up to my max with this guy, and I put max in all caps so people would know, and I also made an Instagram post, all of a sudden, magically now he's got time to get back to me. Now he starts blowing up my inbox left and right. Bro, please answer me. Bro, I'm so sorry. I'm putting these screenshots up right now. I'm sorry I lied. I'm sorry I fucking lied. And he's trying to call me. I think I have like half a dozen or more missed calls from Max because I put him on mute. I'm not going to hear your shit now. It's not about the free strap, because he even said that in his message. All this about a free strap? No, it's not about the free strap. It's about the fact you lied. You told me my strap was done, and it wasn't. Had you told me, had you been honest and said, "No, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it done in time for the fan fest that you told me about. You might want to go a different route and go through a different maker," then I would have done that. That would have been a lot less. So here's my times I asked for my tracking number. 12 times. Here's the dates I requested tracking number. February 3rd, 10th, 18th, and 19th. March 6th, 9th, 14th, 15th, and 29th. And then April 8th, 9th, and 11th. And I told him on 3/29 I needed it for an autograph signing. So, and that's what I mean. He kind of screwed me on 2 fronts. So not only do I not have the strap I'm supposed to have for this autograph signing, I got to take the flawed one, which is okay. I mean, I'm going to meet Barry Windham and Bret Hart, get them to sign it. But I could have also gone with another guy to get me a leather strap that would have been correct. In the meantime, had I known he was going to play this game and not follow through on his word. And we had a mutual friend reach out and try to mediate this. And I told that mutual friend, I said, what kind of recourse would a person have if they didn't have my channel? Let's say he took somebody's $200 from them and played this game of give me more time, give me more time. Yes, it's done. It's in stitching, but give me more time. How much recourse would that person have? None. They'd be sunk. They would have given him their money, and he would have stalled about getting them what they paid for. Now, I didn't pay for this. I'm not out any money. I'm not, upset about that. It's about the fact, A, that he lied to me, And B, I put this guy on my channel thinking he was reputable. And, I just crossed 900 subscribers. I think I'm at 901 at the time of recording this. Obviously, I have somewhat of a following. Not a massive following, but somewhat. And I would like to think some people take my opinions and use that based off messages I've had on Messenger and people in my comment section. They make their decisions based off of who I do business with and who I refuse to. This guy has 3,200 views on my channel promoting his crumb rind strap from me uploading a video. And I'd hate to see somebody get ripped off. So somebody without a YouTube channel would be sunk. They would have given them their money and they'd be waiting, hoping and praying that he would honor his word. So the video I posted originally about the Max crumb rind strap, that one's coming down. I'm no longer going to, I don't care if it costs me 3,200 views. I go from 128,000 views on my channel to 125,000. I could live with that. I don't want to recommend somebody that I can't trust anymore. And it's disappointing. And I'm not the only one that has had this experience. I have seen numerous posts, although I can only find one right now because I feel like once they tag Max in a post about, has anybody heard from Max Mughalz? Once they hear from Max, they delete their post. But there have been posts like that on belt pages. And then also, there's a guy, I'm not going to use his full name, but his name's Jeremy. And he made a post about some belts he got from Max that he and his friends, if I'm quoting it right, some of his friends, along with him, been waiting 6 to 12 months for shipping. A shipping notification, a shipping tracking number. And the belts he got were kind of sloppy. The paintwork was sloppy. You could tell it was like poorly done SD. He had some paint blend together between like Hogan's boot and his knee pad, I think. It was like he didn't let the paint dry before he stuck it in bubble wrap or something. But, I'm not the only one this has happened to. It's not like I'm saying things that other people haven't said. I mean, somebody even went so far on one of the belt pages to make an action figure of Max with the scammer thing in his hand, a scammer sign in his hand, because that action figure meme has been going around on Facebook, not just in belt pages, but also elsewhere. I'm not going to use Max Mughalz anymore. Like I said, I'm not going to say he's a bad person or whatever. I just can't trust him, so I'm not going to use him. And then, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that he told me it was done and he lied to me, and that's another one of his quotes, "I'm sorry I lied." So he admits that he lied to me. "I'm sorry I lied." It's pretty telling. That's an admission that you did something wrong and you know it now. So, Max, I know you're going to see this video because if you don't obviously click on it when it gets uploaded to YouTube, somebody will probably send it to you. My message to you is simply be more consistent. Because some people are still going to be willing to give you their money, and they may or may not have the platform I have to talk about this. And, you keep people waiting months and months on end. And I know you had some personal stuff going on. I'm not going to air that out. Anything in the messages you sent me talking about that is going to get edited out. I'm not going to air your personal business or your personal life. But yeah, you need to be a lot more consistent going forward, because people give you their money in good faith that you're going to deliver, and this is proof you may not. So, next video, I don't know. See, I'm going out of town next weekend for that Fan Fest in Indianapolis. So I don't know if I'm going to have, I don't think I'll have a Belt Chronicles episode uploaded, but I'll probably try to shoot something while I'm up there. So look for something possibly next Saturday night or next Sunday. Just again, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Let's enjoy night 2 of WrestleMania. And for those of you who enjoy the festivities of 420, smoke them if you got them.